me start with you, Erin. I mean, we've heard this before, right? The idea that, oh, it's getting close in Texas. Do you think this one actually is going to be very close?
This will be a close race, but it's because we've seen the demographics shift in Texas. But that does not mean anything other than the reality that right now it looks like Ted Cruz is going to win this race. Colin Allred and Democrats put up a lot of money very early to try and define him because he was relatively unknown. He's done a pretty solid job fundraising as well and was running a bunch of television ads negative against Senator Cruz. Now that Senator Cruz has been able to put up ads, get out there, he's aggressively campaigning on a bus tour right now. The Texas people are finally seeing Colin Allred's record and what he actually believes, which is things like not supporting LNG exports out of the United States. He believes in an LNG export ban. Those are things that just don't line up with where Texas values are. And so, yes, Democrats want to try to make this play. Kamala Harris is going to Texas more because she wants to try and have abortion be part of the national conversation in the closing days than she does that she actually believes that Colin Allred will defeat Ted Cruz. Because at this rate in the race, Ted Cruz is set to win.
Well, that's why I'm asking is about the trend, right? I mean, the polling trend seems to be against Cruz, no?
You're showing one poll. That's one poll is just one shot in the moment.
That's true.
Not everything. And people have already started to vote. It's a get out the vote effort at this point, not a polling effort, right? What people are going to say they're going to do and what they're actually doing could be two different things. But it's consistent in all of the polling that Ted Cruz is ahead.
All right, Nomiki, I want to play you a piece of sound from Ted Cruz in his debate talking about the issue of abortion, and I want to get your sense of how significant that's going to be. Let's listen.
You said that you agree with the Texas law that has 0 exceptions. So tonight the question is, where do you stand on this? And we're asking for your personal opinion as a Texan and as a father.
Well, listen, abortion is an issue that many Texans, many Americans care deeply about.
Senator, you did not directly answer the question. I want to ask to you again. Do you support or oppose exceptions for rape or for incest? Again, asking as a Texan and as a father tonight.
So I want to be very clear. If you listen to Congressman Allred's...
Why is this an issue you want to address about saying whether you support or oppose exceptions like rape or incest?
Jason, I'm curious. Why do you keep asking me that?
Look, it is a tricky topic for Ted Cruz, Nomiki, but it may not be, as Erin points out, the only topic or the defining topic.
Sure. Although with women in Texas and across the board, we're seeing this nationally, even with Republican-leaning women, it is the most important topic. And we've seen the ramifications in Texas with these very restrictive laws, the most restrictive abortion laws in the country. Not to mention they've been defunding women's health clinics, which affect so many other aspects of a woman's experience in life. And the polls say this. Half of Texas voters now want this bill off the books. Only 20% support in its current state. Latinas in Texas and across the country right now are leaning more pro-choice than ever before in history. And that might also be a reflection of what's happening in Latin America, where countries like Mexico and Colombia are now pro-choice countries.
But it seems to me many on the left often cite the national support for what tend to be more pro-choice positions, right? I think that's a reality. But that doesn't mean that for particularly voters in Texas are going to be single-issue voters, right? That are going to say, it's abortion, it's abortion, it's abortion. Aren't they going to be saying it's the border and it's a lot of other issues that they are concerned about?
Sure. I don't think anybody's really a single-issue voter. Maybe some margins.
Primary issue voter. Let's even say that it's their #1 issue.
Yeah, I think for women right now it is, because it's not just about women and their right to choose. It's about the attacks on women that come with that. The fact that for years they've been defunding clinics. Planned Parenthood has been on the table, as we know, in Texas going back 10, 15 years ago.
But I've got to believe that Planned Parenthood isn't that popular in Texas.
I think with men, no. But right now, that is not what's showing in the polls. 70% of OBGYN doctors in Texas right now are scared about this law, don't favor it, have been actively against it. Not to mention Mitch McConnell knows it. Mitch McConnell has pulled his funding, has barely given any money to Ted Cruz, to the point where Ted Cruz is complaining about it. And you know, in elections, following the money, you get a sense of where things are going. You mentioned the trend right now is in Colin Allred's favor. I think that is partially because over the last 10 years, especially with Beto O'Rourke, he laid the groundwork with his grassroots strategy, and the Democratic Party of Texas has really revived itself so that it was prepared for this election against a pretty unpopular senator in Ted Cruz.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.